almost 1 o'clock, which means that it is almost scavenger hunt time. So the way that it worked last year was they gave us these sheets in the beginning. Here on the sheet, it gives you a bunch of information. Dear Tiki Tony, I write you today with dreadful news and a plea for assistance. One of our most prized collections, the treasure of the golden snake, has been callously stolen. Every last item was pilfered with no regard to decency or decorum. And it is with the utmost urgency that we ask for your aid in the recovery of this invaluable treasure. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to find this treasure. So in order to do that, we have a couple of sheets here that we had to print out in advance. So here we have, this needs to be decoded. The treasure of the golden snake idol occupied a place of honor in the Adventurers Museum. And there are several different questions here. In a ghastly violation of decency and propriety, the treasure was stolen and spirited away. It is the call sent out to stout-hearted adventurers in search of fortune and glory. Your mission, should you accept it, is to locate the treasure. So march along, adventurers, and Kungaloosh. This third page, these are the things that we're going to help to use decode this. But we don't know what any of these mean yet. So what's going to happen first is at 1 o'clock we are going to get a text message. That text message is going to start giving us some clues. We need to follow those clues around the parks. Eventually that will lead us to the answers to this page, which will help us decode this page and hopefully figure out where we're going to find the stolen treasure. So that's what's going to happen right now at 1 o'clock when we get our first text message. We'll show you guys what that is as we go along. We're going to go see if we can find this treasure. You excited?
Yeah.
All right, our little adventurers have been waiting all day to start. Let's go. All right, so we just got a text that says from 1 to 2 is the treasure hunt. We're going to get more information at 1 p.m. so we can get started. So these are the texts we're waiting to start our treasure hunt here at Adventureland Day. Okay, we have our first clue. Above the Disneyland store, there are 2 types of blue gables just below the roofline on the front only. How many are there? Multiply by 3 to get the answer. Once you text that answer, you'll get the next answer. The next clue.
Yes. Okay, I think Bailey's the only one that knows. Our parents do too. Yes. Not me,
All right, up here on Disneyland, right underneath the roofline, there are all of these, what they're calling gables, but I actually do not think that is the correct name. But these little posts that are underneath the roofline, we have to count those and multiply by 3. We have the answer, we typed it in, it was correct. I don't know if you can see that there. You can't see it. There was 38 total times 3 is 114, and now we have our next clue, which is on the right side alleyway of Disneyland. How many windows are there on the brick wall to get to the second floor? And then multiply by 9 to get the answer. The 3 brick windows upstairs.
Multiply by 9?
All right, the second clue was on the right side window alleyway of Disneyland. How many windows are there on the brick wall to get to the second floor? And multiply by 9 to get that answer. By 9, that answer, there was 3 windows, so the answer is 27. And now here, our third clue on the left side around the corner from the Mad Hatter. How many awnings are there? Multiply by 73 to get the answer. So however many awnings there are. There are 5. For the last question on the left side around the corner from the Mad Hatter, how many awnings are there? Multiply by 73 to get the answer. The answer is 365. Now we got that correct, it's time for number 4. A window at the Starbucks has a ship on it. Count the letters only directly above the ship on the building in the windows. Multiply that by 6 to get the answer. So we're heading to Starbucks.
Watch for it, change your picture.
All right, that question was really tricky because there was 2 windows with a ton of letters there in front of Starbucks, but overall, the total answer, we had to multiply it by 6, but the total answer was 474, and now we're headed over to the Mark Twain, find out how many pairs of spokes on the water wheel on Tom Sawyer, and multiply that by 91. Yeah, so who knows where Tom Sawyer is? Who wants to lead the way?
Tom Sawyer?
You have to count them on both sides, don't you?
Oh, just spokes.
Daddy, what are spokes?
You think it's
The lines that come out from the middle.
10's your answer? All right, how many pairs of spokes on the water wheel on Tom Sawyer Island? Multiply by 91 to get the answer. That water wheel over there has 10 spokes times 91. The answer is 910. All right, time, guys. Next up, we're heading to the Adventureland Treehouse. High up in Adventureland Treehouse, a friend or foe has a numbered paracel code. Retrieve it to get further on your journey. Multiply by 7 to get your answer.
We're gonna have to go
You have to go all the way up the tree.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
The number?
You know what number it is? I think you just type it in. I'm pretty. All right, next up. So there we saw the gentleman, a friend or foe, who had the umbrella with the 34 on it. We had to multiply that by 7 to get the answer 238. Now we need to head to the Adventureland gates, which are just on the other side, or the Frontierland gates, which are on the other side of Adventureland. And we need to count along the inside walls of the Frontierland gate. Don't count store wall barrels. Multiply those barrels by 303. So you guys gonna help me find these barrels?
Oh, I know where they are.
Okay, let's all go look for them together.
Looking for barrels.
There's
1, 2,
There's 5 over
3,
here.
4, 5,
6.
6, 7.
7 over here. Over here.
I saw one.
I know.
Like that.
Oh, there's a lot. Start counting. I know. I heard you say
It's 11 on this side. It's 11 on this side. Go that way.
yes, you. You're on my adventure.
Yeah.
20.
How many do you count?
I'm up 20 so far.
Galactic Grill.
Wait. How many clues do we have left now?
A bunch.
All right, we're on to our next clue. So there were actually 20 barrels that you could find all along the walls that were not touching the store wall. And so of those 20 barrels multiplied by 303, the answer here is 6060. Now we have our next question. At the Galactic Grill under the big overhang, there are planets with light shining through, aka skylight planets. Count the skylight planets and multiply them by 51. All right, kids, come on, we gotta go this way. There were 11 skylights, so times 51, the answer was 561 for clue number 8. Here next on People Mover, there are 20 flags, 10 on each side of the People Mover track. That gives us times 41, the answer 820. Now we're on our 10th clue. Under a monorail across from the Alpine Mountaineering Station, find the number on the Adventurelander with a shady element. Multiply by 21. It's almost time to get our card. All right, so that was clue number 10 and we solved it. So that means that we now have our decoder. So the answer to that clue was on the umbrella, it said 49. And then we had to times that by 21 to get an answer of 129. Now we have the decoder and it's time to go sit down and solve these sheets we were given. All right. Okay, we have our decoder. Now it's time to use that to decode our sheets and see if we can figure out our next clues. Everybody has a sheet to start working
I need
on.
a pen. Wait, what?
This scavenger hunt is so tricky. We're working with this decoder, but there's lots of letters that do not match this decoder on the sheet that we're trying to work with. I think it's going to be very hard to answer this sheet of paper that we're supposed to be answering when we do not have every letter and there's a ton of stuff that needs to be decoded. All right, well, there's a surprise. We just got a text, and the text actually said, "Lost Tiki here, decoder is messed up. Please come to the treasure spot in Galaxy's Edge at the big metal doors." So actually, it wasn't just that the decoder was hard, it was actually that it didn't work, but now we need to head to Galaxy's Edge. Okay, that was a little bit anticlimactic. We were in the middle of trying to do our decoding and it looked crazy because none of the words made sense. We couldn't make it work. And then while everybody was trying to figure it out, we got a text saying that unfortunately the decoder was broken and we all needed to head to Galaxy's Edge to the big metal doors, and that's where the prizes are. Dude, my eyeball. All right, over here at the big metal doors.
I ran out. You're my last one. Who did?
Oh, where's Sissy? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, we got our prize. We did it. Oh, right.
Thank you.
All right, so we felt a little crazy trying to do these decoders because they were really tricky and the letters weren't matching up. I did think the first word was please because it was PLZ, but then some of these letters weren't on the decoders. It was definitely getting really tricky. And a few minutes into trying to decode it, we actually got a message from Adventureland Day and saying, oh no, the decoders are unfortunately not working. They were broken, but you could still come and get your prize over here in Galaxy's Edge by the big metal doors. So we ran over here. You can see the crowd here from Adventureland Day of all the adventurers. And then we did get a prize, so we still got this cool prize for participating in Adventureland Day. It's a cool pin. We had the best time, and before we sign off, I just want to share with you guys one other thing, because even though the decoders didn't end up working, they actually did text us a decoded message. So what it should have said on the decoder was, the treasure of the Golden Snake Idol occupied a place of honor in the Adventurers Museum. In a ghastly violation of decency and propriety, the treasure was stolen and spirited away by larcenists unknown. So it is the call is sent out to stout-hearted adventurers in mission of fortune and glory. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to locate the treasure. The clues may take you from Iskenderun to Sukhothai to the Lost Delta, and the trail may lead you far and wide. And if you possess the gallantry, bravery, and vigor to stay the course to its ultimate end, you will be rewarded with a share in the recovered treasure of the Golden Snake Idol. So march along like adventurers, sing the song of adventurers, and kungaloosh. So that's what it should have said in all those letters we were trying to decode. Because the decoder was messed up, we didn't get to decode that message, but we did at least get to share with you what it was supposed to say. That would have eventually led us over to the spot where we would be able to recover the treasure. They had us go over to Galaxy's Edge to pick up our treasure there, our new pin that we got for Adventureland Day. That is it for us here at Adventure Isle. We so appreciate you watching our channel, and I hope that if you're not already, you'll like and subscribe to our page for lots more theme park travel and fun. See you next time!